Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing it and make sure you give a thumbs up and you like the video. Anyway, it's me, the traveling comic, back on another ship. The last one that you would have watched, if you're watching them in order, I left the sunshine of Tangier in Morocco, and I've now arrived, as you can see from the little clip at the start, to the snowy slopes of Tromsø in Norway. If you want to see a winter cruise in snowy conditions, in cold conditions, here on board my latest ship, which is Cunard's Queen Victoria, well then you know what to do. Keep watching. Well, the very first thing, of course, that I have to do is unpack, which I'll do very, very shortly. And then we will jump in the shuttle bus and go into Tromsø and let you have a little look around Tromsø. Now, I have done a full video on Tromsø. There is a full video up on Tromsø in the YouTube channel, so I'll not be doing an in-depth video when I'm ashore, but I will still show you little bits, because when I was last here doing the video, there was no snow on the ground. It's getting very close to Christmas. I'm currently recording this on the 27th of November. Christmas music is playing in Tromsø. The snow is there, the trees are there. Oh, this is a place to come if you really want a winter wonderland. I'll get on my coat, I'll get hopped up, as we say in Northern Ireland. I'll get on my coat and a cap and we'll go ashore and I'll let you see the snow in Tromsø. Well, welcome ashore here in Tromsø. There's a lot of things that are the most northerly. You have the most northernmost university in the world. You have the most northernmost botanical gardens in the world. Library in the world. In fact, anything that's here is probably the most northern in the world. And at the end of November, in other words, now that I'm here, we're into what is known as the polar night, where the sun sets at the end of November and doesn't rise again to mid-January. So you won't actually see the sun, but well, obviously you're going to have a bit of daylight, and at midday it sort of glows bluey green. So it's a wonderful place to be at this time of the year. Tromsø. You're welcome. There's the smallest bar in the world. It may look like a kiosk to you, but it's licensed to sell alcohol. It also sells lovely coffee, reindeer and beef burgers, pork and burgers as well, and vegan burgers and hot dogs. There's always a queue when the ships are in to eat there. I've done it once, I'm not going to queue today. You would be forgiven for thinking that this is nighttime. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:30 in the afternoon in Tromsø, Norway. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little look around Tromsø, a little reacquaintance with Tromsø. And I have to go to rehearsal, sound check later on. Well, at about 5 o'clock, because I've just joined the ship, and of course, I have my first 2 shows to do tonight. They're having them earlier than normal. Normally it would be 8 and 10, but I think it's 6:15 and 7:45, so that the guests can all come out and try and hopefully catch a glimpse of the Northern Lights. I might join them. I actually saw them last night from the plane. So that was an experience. In fact, I'll put up a picture of that. The pilot told us to look out the window. The pilot told us to look out the window, and we would see a good display of the Northern Lights. So I took a look out. I wasn't sitting beside the window, but I could see them. So a random person took the picture for me. In fact, I'll put that up now. Heading in now to do the sound check. I always say, I hope that everything's set up and that in 2 minutes I'll go walking. I see green, I'm happy. There's the green reflection, there's it all. Done, dusted. Perfecto. And obviously I love it when they have all ready. And the sound check took probably 20 seconds. Everything's set, ready, all to go. And all I have to do now is pull on my jacket and head down and go and do the show. I don't think I need to take you backstage. You've been backstage just what, not the, well, the previous video you were backstage in Queen Anne. The one before that was Queen Victoria. Trust me, it hasn't changed in 3 weeks. Right, it's unusual to be doing the show early, but there are also tours away to try and see the Northern Lights. So I'm not really expecting big crowds in. It's an overnight. Well, we're here to 3 o'clock in the morning to allow guests to go away. So I have drawn that short straw, which means I have to perform when, well, there might be nobody there at all. We'll find that out. Those that are there, I'm going to entertain them. Okay, come on, showtime. Let's get this done. Well, good morning. All I can say is that the shows last night were a little bit challenging, simply because there were not as many there as would normally be there. But that, of course, was to be anticipated. I had said to Tommy, the cruise entertainment director, I said, I think you should only do one show and then you'll have a small audience for the first and a small audience for the second, which will make up one whole big one. But he just laughed at me. And incidentally, I will be doing an interview with Tommy before I leave the ship. So if you want to know everything there is to know about being an entertainment director and how he arrived at that post, well, keep watching. That'll be coming up later in the video. Anyway, it's a sea day today. It's dark outside because it's way up in Norway. And I think it's, I was out for a walk there earlier and it was very, very chilly. I think I'll probably head up to the spa and have a sauna. Then I'll have some lunch. And then I don't know what I'll do this afternoon. There's loads of stuff happening on the ship, of course, and if you watched the last video that I did on Queen Anne on a sea day, well, this daily programme is full of stuff to do. There's guest lectures to go to, there's bingo, there's quizzes. I think the choir is doing a rehearsal, the guest choir is doing a rehearsal. All those things that I'm not going to run about like a mad thing this time, the way I did on Queen Anne, to take you to them. Just believe it, that at a sea day, well, there's literally loads and loads and loads of stuff to go and see. Okay, it's time for me to go and enjoy myself, and I will chat to you later before tonight's show, which is a first for this particular cast. It's a new cast on board, and well, we'll talk about that later. If I get a chance, well, not if I get a chance, of course, I'll take a little shot of the sea for you, so to see how dark it is. Although, having said that, the camera sort of brightens things up a little bit, but just to let you see what it's like at sea, way up in Norway. Well, okay, I'm back as promised. I've had a wonderful day, and I have put up a little bit of the footage of outside at about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's a strange sort of a thing in that it never really gets that light, and you keep thinking, no, it's not bedtime. It can't be. It can't be nighttime yet. Anyway, also the ship is decorated for Christmas. So what I'll do, I'll take some little clips of Queen Victoria Christmas decorations this evening and put them up for you as well. Now, I'm not going to the restaurant tonight for dinner. I'm going up to the up to the, what do you call it, the Lido, yeah, up to the buffet. Because they're having a Norwegian dinner tonight. I have no idea what a Norwegian dinner is. But anyway, that's what's on tonight. And I think, well, I'm still in Norway. Let's go and have a Norwegian dinner. Enjoy the Christmas decorations and then go and catch the show. So I'll either speak to you after the show tonight or else tomorrow morning in our port of call. Tomorrow we are in Narvik. I've never been there before. I'm looking forward to it. Fingers crossed we get to see the Northern Lights so that I can show you the Northern Lights up here in Norway. Will it happen? Who knows? Anyway, chat to you later. And a very good morning from Narvik. Incidentally, the show last night, absolutely fabulous. It's a show I've seen many times before, but they have refreshed the show, and this particular cast is really, really phenomenal. So if you're ever on board Queen Victoria in the next 6 to 9 months, make sure you go and see the shows here on board. Fabulous, fabulous cast. The captain has told us that it's a warm welcome to Narvik, and that it's warmer than where we were in Tromsø. So temperatures in around 0, 1, maybe rising to 2 degrees. We're here to, 12:30 tonight. So hopefully we'll see the Northern Lights, hopefully. Anyway, I'm getting ready now. As you can see, I'm going to go ashore. I've never been before. I'll have a little wander about, and I might even go back ashore later on tonight. Let's see what happens. Come with me anyway now into Narvik. Well, welcome ashore here in Narvik. No idea what I'm for doing. No idea where I'll end up. But sure, I'll bring you with me. It's nice. Well, if you're in any doubt as to where you are and how far you are away from places when you're at Narvik, here we go. I don't see any sign for Donaghadee where I live. Incidentally, there is a rare chance that you could see reindeer walking about the streets here, because there's a herding farm not far away. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Well, that was a nice time ashore, and it's dark now. The camera's making the sky brighter than what it is, but having said that, it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, it's well worth a visit. I enjoyed it. Back now to the ship. So far, no Northern Lights. But we're hopeful for it tonight. Well, when we say we're hopeful, I'm hopeful. But I don't know. I don't know what the weather forecast is, whether it's cloudy. But what they do on the ship when for those that are not actually going off in search of the Northern Lights, they'll switch out all the lights at the aft of the ship, and you go out on the open deck, and hopefully we'll see the Northern Lights. If it happens, I'll be there to film it just for you. But right now, because I know what it's like, we're here to 12:30 or 1, whatever it is, but there's 2 shows on at 6:15 and 7:45. Those were the time slots I had. And there's another guest entertainer who I've never met, seen or talked to, and he's performing, and I'm going to go to support him. I'm heading down to his 6:15 show now. His name is Andy Buenger, Buenger, or it's also spelt as B-Unger. That's a U with 2 dots above it. And it's called The Classics Rock. The classics from Beethoven to Queen. The best of classics and rock crossovers performed on marimba and panpipes. He plays everything with temperament and passion and makes even the most difficult pieces sound easy. Right, 45 minutes of Andy. I'm there to support him. I always support the fellow guest entertainers in the cast anyway. And then after that, I'm going up to the buffet for dinner with the Three Tones. Yes, the guys that I interviewed the last time that I was on Queen Victoria, they were on it with me, and I'm meeting them for dinner, and I think they're performing on Monday. This is currently Saturday that I'm performing this. So yeah, I'm going up to meet them for dinner if I have room, because when I was ashore in Narvik, I met up with some of the crew, and we went into this beautiful, well, from the outside it wasn't beautiful, went in to get some Asian food, and it was just to die for. So I'm really, really full up, but I can take something light up there. Right, come on, let's go and let's go and see the show. I don't know him, I've not met him, so I shouldn't really video it, but I'll take about 5 seconds maximum. Okay, chat to you later, hopefully on the open deck with the Northern Lights. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little, as I said, short clip of the show last night. He's a multi-instrumentalist, and he only played 2 instruments last night, and his second show that'll be later on the voyage, he's going to play a pile of instruments. Now, the Aurora Watch people told us that the Aurora was right above the ship last night. So I went up, at about probably 9 o'clock, 9:30, and what they hadn't told us and hadn't been aware of was the clouds were coming in, and the clouds brought in sleet and snow. So I didn't get to see it. I will put up a little clip of us up on the deck, and the camera, it was dark. It was pitch black, but the camera makes it look as if it was much, much brighter than what it was. But we didn't get to see the Aurora. Sorry about that. But at 4:30 in the morning, there was an announcement in the ship that the Aurora Borealis was visible, and if anybody wanted to see it, they should head out. And it was 4:30 in the morning, and not a chance. I have seen it myself before, so therefore there was no incentive for me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30, and I don't love you well enough to get up at 4:30 and go out and capture the Aurora Borealis. So I apologise. It was visible. I was in bed. I was awakened from my slumber for just a few moments as I heard the announcement, and within a few moments I was back to sleep. Anyway, we're at sea today. What all is on today? Well, special things on today. Tonight, me. I have my second show tonight along with the cast. So it's a split show, it's a variety show. So I'm going on first to do 25 minutes, and then the cast are coming on, the Royal Court Theatre Company, with a celebration of Big Bang Energy in live and swinging. But before that, of course, we're at sea. There's loads of things happening. It's Sunday, so there is the Sunday service, and then at 11 o'clock we have the celebrity speaker, and that is Robert Powell, the actor. Some of you may remember him. He played Jesus of Nazareth way back in one of the early films about the life of Christ. But he's on board, and he's talking about authors, world-renowned authors, and he is doing a talk on Jane Austen this morning. I'll get a little clip of that for you. And then, of course, well, there's all the loads of usual things that are happening. I'll not take you with me all day because I'll be going up to the sauna. I'll be going into, because I'm working tonight, I'll have a big lunch, so I'll go into the pub and have a pub lunch and have a relaxing day at sea. So I'll chat to you later on this evening, unless something unexpected happens, and I'll chat to you before that. But anyway, enjoy the clip from the Aurora Borealis that we didn't see. But I went up. Here's proof.
Jane never did find a man she could marry for love. But there was at least one occasion when it might have happened, many years after her sister's death.
Well, very much a relaxing day around the ship on this sea day. And I hope you enjoyed the little clip of Robert Powell. And those that were struggling to who's Robert Powell, you saw him and heard his voice, you instantly recognised him. Now, I am ready to go and do my two shows. I've one at 7:45, it's now 7:20, and one at 9:45, and it's myself and the cast. As you know, I'm on first, followed by the cast. That's the way I like it. Tomorrow is a sea day. The day after, we were to be in Haugesund, our final port of call. But there's a storm blowing in the sea here off the shores of Norway, and the captain has had to cancel that port of call. He informed us that he tried to get into various ports, all down Norway on our way back, even into France, but all to no avail. And so after tonight, it is 3 sea days into Southampton. So the passengers have just been told their last port of call is cancelled, and I have to go on and make them laugh. Send in the clowns. Make them laugh, make them laugh. Oh dear. Anyway, let's go and do what I'm here to do. Make them laugh.
Well, I didn't know that he was, and I always wondered why every time I stopped the car he tried to get out the sunroof.
Well, that was a little clip from last night's split show, myself and then the cast. Here we are today at sea. It's red and gold night tonight, which of course means it's dress up time later on tonight. But this is only 10:30 in the morning, so we don't need to worry about that. Again, sea day, loads of things going on. 2 talks are taking place. And then a special thing's happening, well, not special. One of the cast is performing his own show in the Queen's Room at 1:30 this afternoon, called The Songs That Made the Musicals. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then tonight's entertainment is the Three Tones. The guys, just check back to the last Queen Victoria video. They were performing with me, and you remember I had a sit-down interview with them. So the 3 guys, they're on board and they're doing their first show tonight. Funny, I finished. They and I got on in Tromsø together. I finished and they haven't even started yet. I was keeping them going last night. But anyway, so they're on tonight, and that'll be definitely worth going to. Right now, what am I doing? I'm going to head down to the chart room and get myself a cup of tea, and maybe even try one of their lovely muffins. Who knows? Anyway. Here we are now on the very final sea day from my last chat to you. It's been sea day after sea day as we have sailed home, and as the captain had forewarned us, it got very, very bumpy and very rocky at times, but we've got it through. When I was last speaking to you, of course, it was the red and gold gala night, and so I'll put up a clip now of the dancing that took place in the Queen's room, the ballroom. The guests love to do the dancing especially on the gala night, and it was bedecked for the red and gold. And then following that, of course, it was the three tones in the theatre, and I'll put up a clip of the boys who you know and who you have met on the last Queen Victoria video doing their thing in the Royal Court Theatre. Three talented boys, and great fun to be hanging around. Yesterday, well, there's a very unusual thing happened at, well, not usual, it's something I've never seen before, and that was in the afternoon at about, I think it was 1:30, again in the Queen's room. Tommy, the entertainment director, he did a poetry recital where he brought some of his favourite poems with him, and he read them out to us. Now, Tommy is a performer, and it was a fabulous, fabulous 45 minutes. And here's just a little clip of Tommy in the Queen's room.
Go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and a quiet sleep, and a sweet dream, when the long trick's over. Thank you.
There were some poems that he did different, there was one in particular, I think he did about 10 or 12 different voices and different accents. It was a really, really enjoyable 45 minutes. Yesterday then, of course, well, everyone on board the ship, or all the guests on board the ship, including the guest entertainers, were presented with a certificate to mark the fact that we had crossed the Arctic Circle. Here's that certificate. That's a nice thing to have. Anyway, I think I maybe have one of them before. I sometimes get those certificates, and I should keep them, but I don't. But however, that's just me. Anyway, what's happening today? The last sea day. Well, I have to pack because I have to head home. Tonight, the entertainment is, there's two shows in the theatre. We have the multi-instrumentalist who you met a number of nights ago. I think we were in Narvik. He's doing his second show, and the Three Tones are doing their final show. Only this time they're doing it in the Queen's Room, and theirs is a party night. So it's a dance set or party tunes or whatever from the boys, so that the guests can have a last hula, a big hula in the Queen's Room. And then, of course, we arrive in Southampton tomorrow, and I leave the ship and fly home.
And I said, right, okay. Did a screen test without the comic wig and beard. And he started to talk about when you come to Rome, etc., etc. And I knew that I'd probably got the job. But then, for about 2 weeks, my agent kept on ringing me. I said, I don't really want to do it. I don't want to play Jesus. As an actor, when you're offered a job, there's always a chance you can get to right at the peak. You can make it. You can do something that is extraordinary, and it's there. 9 times out of 10, if not 99 times out of 100, you don't do it. You don't make it. But it's the possibility. But the one part you cannot do that with is Jesus. It can't be done. The best you can do playing Jesus Christ is to get away with it. But that is about all you've got going. And I didn't like those odds.
Well, it's the final night. This is it. It's the last entertainment of this particular voyage. And in the theatre, as I've said, we have Andy Berger. 1 man, 7 instruments. I'll probably only video a little bit of him playing 1 instrument. And then in the Queen's Room to dance the night away, we have the Three Tones. And I'll film a little bit of that as well. Then, once you've seen that, I'll bring you the interview that I managed to do with the entertainment director, Tommy. He was a hard man to track down. Hope you enjoy the clips and the interview. The busiest man on this ship, and I've nabbed him right after the interview with Robert Paul, which was brilliant.
It's great, wasn't it?
I loved the whole story of how he tried to find humour in Jesus, but he couldn't.
I know.
So then he just went to let's
play it.
Let's play
completely normal.
And
absolutely wonderful.
And he is without doubt the definitive. What's the word?
Definitive.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Jesus that I have ever seen. Brilliant actor. Which segues in lovely to this, because this is Tommy Baxter Hill, who is our entertainment director. Tommy, they've already seen a clip of you reading some poetry, so
oh really?
Yeah, so they do know that you.
Did you get my best side?
That you, every side of you is good. They do realise there's a performer there. Take us right back, because I know there's a link to Harry Potter. There is loads of stuff. I mean, you didn't just suddenly walk on this ship 10 years ago.
No, I didn't. I've had a very lucky career in a way. Ever since I was a child, I was found in a way. Not as a baby on the step or anything, but I was doing a school play in a primary school, and everyone was raving about me, and I didn't have a clue, and. Then an actor who also became a big director in Cornwall, where I'm from, came up to me and said, would you come and join my theatre company? And I said to Mum and Dad, can I? And they went, of course you can if you want to do that. And so I went and joined St Maure's Players, and I did my first ever show, which was a bit of a pantomime in a way. It was called The Irresistible Rise of the Wrecker's Daughter.
Okay.
Which was a play that Trevor wrote, had musical in it as well. And from there, I then went all around Cornwall, performing in amateur shows, from playing the MC in cabaret to, actually I did cabaret twice. I did a lot of theatre shows in Cornwall, and Trevor directed them all.
And all without formal training.
All without formal training.
Natural.
And all whilst also doing school. So my weekday, I on Monday go down to St Ives with Trevor to rehearse for cabaret, say. And on the Tuesday I go to St Austell to rehearse for the Hot Mikado that I was doing there. So I was doing 3 or 4 shows all at the same time, amateur. And then when I got to 17, Trevor said to me, I've taught you everything that drama school would have taught you.
Yeah.
Go straight to London. I've got an agent lined up for you already.
Well, that was a big thing.
Yeah, it was. And it was actually Trevor's first agent as well, when Trevor first became a professional actor. And from there, I then became a professional actor and did my first job playing Lysander in A Midsummer Night's Dream for a national tour. In my time, I played Laertes in Hamlet. I played Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. Played Tybalt in Romeo. I've actually done Midsummer Night's Dream 4 times.
And also on this particular ship, I have seen you playing a role in the Halloween extravaganza.
Oh, indeed, yes.
Yeah.
So that was playing Riff Raff from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That was good fun. But no, I then worked for around 9 years as an actor, and at 25, a friend of mine who was a casting agent sent me an email saying, we need some singers on a cruise ship. Do you know of anyone? So I sent him a few names, and at the bottom of the email I said, anything for me?
Yeah.
And he said, well, funnily enough, Queen Elizabeth of Cunard have got an acting group. And I went, oh, interesting. And he said, I'm not casting it, but I can put your CV in the pile. And as you know, putting the CV in the pile's not that big, it's that big,
yeah,
of all the CVs that come through. And actually the hardest part of getting a job in theatre, TV, in film, is getting that CV into the yes pile so you can be seen, so you can show them what you do. And I was picked for a first audition, then I got called for a recall audition, and all day people were getting thank you very much but no thank you, and they were whittling down. I think they needed 3 male actors and 2 female actors for the plays that we did on Queen Elizabeth. And I got the job, and then I joined Cunard back in 2011. I did 2 months rehearsal in Northampton, and then joined Queen Elizabeth for the full world voyage, and I did 9 months for the first trip.
And did you ever think, when you were on the stage of Queen Elizabeth and the cruise, they were called cruise directors then, entertainment director, was doing announcements, that you would ever become that? Did you see that role ever and think,
No, I didn't, if I'm completely honest. And I only ever intended to do that one contract because I was an actor, I was a jobbing actor. Yeah. So I was expecting to go straight back and to start auditioning again for the next role. Because obviously the hardest thing of being away for 9 months is I couldn't audition whilst I was away, if you know what I mean. Whereas if you're doing a play, a national tour, you would sometimes have the weekend off, so you could arrange auditions then. But I couldn't do that. But when I first joined Cunard and started working at sea, I absolutely fell in love with it.
Yeah, I get that.
It reminds me of, on a grand scale, working in theatre. Because when you're in a cast, you become such good friends and you're all so tight with each other, and you look after each other. It's exactly the same for the 1,000 crew members that we have on board the ship. We are all one big family, you know, and we look after each other on board. And I think that's what really you know, I played a lot of sport as well when I was younger. Rugby is exactly the same. Cricket team is exactly the same. It's that camaraderie, and that's what I really fell in love with, and I enjoyed the challenge. And so, after 9 months, I'd made some noises to the entertainment director and said I might be quite interested in, you know, becoming an entertainment host.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe do it for a little bit longer. Quite enjoy
Who
it.
was the entertainment director?
So my first entertainment director was Amanda Reed,
Oh,
and
Amanda's lovely.
dear Amanda, and
I'll be seeing her 2 weeks' time, I think.
on Queen Mary 2,
yeah.
which I'm going to next year, but we'll talk about that at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, Ray Rouse. Did you ever work with Ray
No.
Rouse? He was one of the first entertainment directors for Cunard, and he actually came back to Cunard to help us because we were short an entertainment director, and he came out of retirement in a way and came back. And he was on board the day I left as an actor, and I was in my car about to drive home to Cornwall. All the bags were in the back, you know, I packed up everything, said my goodbyes the night before, tears and everything, as there always are. And I then was about to drive home, and my phone rang, and it was John Consilio, a dear friend of mine, who also assistant entertainment director.
Yes, of
You
course
can see
I know
he's still,
John. Yeah.
Big John.
Yeah.
He's still with the company as well. He said, "Tommy, where are you?" I said, "Well, I'm about to drive home." And he said, "Don't go anywhere yet." And 2 entertainment hosts hadn't turned up. So
See, there's always an
there's
element.
always
an element.
And Ray Rouse called me and said, "Tommy, can you come down and see me at the ship?" And I said, "Well, I haven't got my laminates." "Don't worry about it, mate." He said, "Can you help us out for 6 days?" I said, "Of course I can. Yeah, no problem." So I got all my bags out of the car, called Mum and home and said, I won't be home. I'm going back on the ship for 6 days. Well, as it happened, 6 days turned into a month and a half, and my first contract was 11 months. So then when I got home, Cunard called me and said, "Would you like the job?" And I said, "Yes, I would love to." And so I then got into a rotation, and I was entertainment host for around 2 years. Then I became social host, and I was social host for about 6 years. Which obviously that role doesn't exist anymore. Activity manager now, but I used to be the social host. And then I became the assistant entertainment director.
Which is probably when I first met you.
Probably
as
when
when
I was assistant
director. Yeah.
And now entertainment director.
And not only is he entertainment director on board here, but he's moving to the
Queen Mary 2.
Queen Mary 2. That is fabulous. I mean, absolutely congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And people that are viewing this now and that have been guests on Queen Victoria, you'll not have noticed things that I have noticed, and that was when Tommy came on the ship, and I'm not saying this because you're there, because I have already said it to you, he really energised Queen Victoria, especially for performers, doing simple things in here, because this theatre, there's a big barrier in the middle, closing doors so that people had to come down there. There's a great vibe on the ship, which you did, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what can you do to Queen Mary 2, because Queen Mary 2 is unique. It is a fabulous ship anyway.
It is a unique ship.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing what you can do there. Now, before we go,
Yep.
Harry Potter. Tell me that story.
I don't like talking about that
Well,
one, really.
There's another entertainment director doesn't like talking about EastEnders. But anyway, no, tell us.
Well, I was
Because
up.
it's the almost.
It was the almost happened.
And,
yeah.
and in acting and in the entertainment business, there's a big element of luck
You know that there is, but
or fortune, whatever you want to call it.
you know, I was up for a role and got quite far with the audition process for it. But as I always say to people, if I'd have got that role,
Life would have been entirely
life would have been completely different,
yeah.
and I wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the road we take.
Yeah.
Would you be happy looking on? You know, we're sliding doors and paths and things, and
I often think
and
that
I
too.
think I probably would be happier doing this now.
Yeah, because you're good at it, and you
And I love
and
this.
you love
know?
doing it.
And I would never have met you, William.
Well, you see, this is it. And I would never have met you had you been in Harry Potter. That's for definite sure. Anyway, thank you for giving me the time,
Not a
because I know you're rushing off somewhere else now. And if you're on Queen Mary 2 anytime next year, He's your
I will be
entertainment-
there.
He's your entertainment director, and he could be doing anything.
Yeah,
'cause He gets
absolutely.
involved in the middle of the show.
Sea shanties, yeah, I could be.
I
in the
was
show.
convinced you were playing Santa last night.
Someone else said that as well.
I was, because I was counting who's. No, they can't be. And then, oh no, I think I know it. But when Santa came out, I went, that's got to be Tommy. Right, many thanks.
Many thanks,
and
my
I
friend.
will see you again, Queen Mary 2,
You will
next
indeed.
year. Thank you. Well, it was good to catch up with Tommy, and I hope you enjoyed that little interview and know a little bit more about him, as certainly do I. Anyway, this is the end of the video. It's time for me to, as I said, go home. If you've enjoyed the video, do me a favour, hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing, and in a few days' time, I'm on my next ship. Where do I join it? In Copenhagen. I'm not on it for very long, but I'm on a different ship. And believe it or not, it's not a Queen. It's one of P&O's. See you then. Thanks for watching.